Hey, this is Bill. We just had a really nice preseason scrimmage from a variety of folks that are in the Kronum League, and this is really the first time these guys have come together to play on a 50. Just wanted to see how it looks, get you guys a look at how the Kronum-50 is playing with these guys, and maybe ask questions of what they think of Kronum-50 versus Kronum-70.
Every possession matters. You got to fight for every shot. There are no open shots in Kronum-50.
Communication was big on the 70. But in the 50, it's even bigger. You need to know where everybody is at all times. On the 70 field, you had spacing, so it wasn't maybe as important to know exactly where everybody was at all times because you could adjust to it. But on this, you literally had to talk and let everybody, your teammates know where you were. Defense was tenacious. Every time you turned around, you seemed like you were contested. So I definitely thought it was faster and more physical.
The offense really has to create their own shot. You can't no longer stand still. You have to make your moves, you have to make cuts, and picks are big. I don't think we did any sort of picking in 70 too much. And this, there's going to be a lot of it. It's going to be great.
The transition game is totally different from 50 to 70. The ball needs to get cleared out right away, and the offense needs to switch back to defense, and the defense needs to switch to offense right away because the ball is just moving constantly. Everyone needs to be in their position, ready to go right away.
The long pass that was on 70, it's not here anymore. I mean, it's so easy to cut off the long ball. So the smaller passes are talking.
I just think it's a lot better because you do have to create your own shot, which I think that was kind of lacking on the 70, which I like a lot more here. You actually have to move, create your shot. There's not as many open shots.
The spacing here, it's non-existent unless you create it for yourself. And you do that through player movement, making cuts, kind of doing a weave kind of rotation like you do in basketball. And before, you could just kind of use the spacing the field provided and get open shots that way. But now you have to create it yourself, as a couple guys have mentioned.
Kronum-50, it really keeps the defense on the toes because at this point, every point of the field is accessible for a quick switch. Before, it was really only cutting to your left, cutting to your right to switch the point of attack. But now, you can completely turn around and switch fields.
In 70, when the other team created a turnover in the open field, did anybody really try to defend the clear very hard? I mean, you didn't usually you said, up, they got it, we got to get back on D, we got to just let them clear. Now it's like, get on him, trap him. He's got to get it in there, and we have enough time to recover back to our position where defending a clear is now in play.
Hey Joe, now using your foot skills, it's almost like futsal, right? You have a much smaller, more confined space to play the ball with your feet. Can you tell me a little bit about how the ground game changes on 70 versus 50?
Yeah, I mean, you really have to be accurate. Accuracy is the biggest part of it. It's like you have to be able to read where people are going because you're always going to have somebody in front of you, so you really have to play to the open spots. You have to pass to the field, not to the player.
It's important to have somebody in the middle of the field who can pick it up and say drop kick it or toss it right from that area. The ball's cleared, it automatically becomes a scoring opportunity. And you got to have somebody there who can handle the ball, either dish right away to get it open to somebody or take it yourself and go with it.
The 70 is a great game in its own respect, but in the 50, you find yourself lost in a quadrant sometimes. A lot of people say, man, this quadrant doesn't even exist this game because it's possible to be like that in the 70. It's so big, but in this game, every quadrant is in play at all times. You can make a pass from that quadrant to the farthest quadrant in literally like that.
There's no time to be indecisive. Everybody has to be at maximum awareness. Like if you lose possession, the wedge backs have to be immediately looking back to get in the net, and then if your teammates realize that the wedge back can't get back in time, someone has to cover. Everybody has to be aware and quick to get back in their positions because it's a quick transition game, incredibly fast.
For a smaller field, you're moving more in a smaller field than a bigger field. I mean,
how's the movement of 50 different than the movement of 70?
Just like everyone's been describing, you really got to create your own shot. Quick feet. You see a guy to your left, you got to fake one way, go the other way. I mean, it's all quickness and your physical fitness.
The defense. Used to just on the 70, you would sit in the lane and take away basically in the line of sight of the guy with the ball to where the shooter is. Now, pressure defense is something that's more relevant in 50. You can be up on the ball, hacking at it, and not worrying about where like how far away your teammate is. You know you got somebody right behind you, so you can push the ball and try to create turnovers and get the ball in your hands, whereas opposed to the 70, you had to lay back and basically stay in the shooting lane or the passing lane.
In the 70, sometimes it was a feeling of, you know, I had to make that because I was wide open. You know, it's not a sense of earning. Now, what Glover's saying with his hook throw, like a pick from a teammate opens up his full out hook throw. So he earned it, we earned it. A spin move creates a jump throw. You know, a fake gets a roll in, not just a catch and a regular roll in, an actual move into a roll in. I think there's a more sense of earning your points in the 50, for sure.